A pet kangaroo. Kanga and Roo.
They're scary.
Do you remember Kanga and Roo?
From Winnie the Pooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
The mama was Kanga.
Period poo.
You don't know about period poo?
No.
How often do you use... What do you use Twitter for? What do you
How
use
often do you
Twitter?
see me on Twitter anymore?
I don't see you on Twitter. I don't follow you.
Oh.
I knew this, but...
I don't follow you either, but I don't ever go on Twitter.
Right. Well...
I don't have any kangaroo. I've never pet a kangaroo. I've seen one in person, though, when I was at I think it was Cincinnati Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen one at the Cincinnati Zoo, but that's it. I've never pet any Australian native animal.
Have you pet a cockatiel or seen a cockatiel?
Are you saying cockatiel or cockatoo?
They're two different birds. There's cockatiels, cockatoos.
What?
Cockatiels are, they're like gray with yellow. The cockatoos are the white with the. Those are from Australia. So if you've seen or touched one of those, you've seen and or touched an Australian animal.
I hate to say it, and I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know what that is.
It's a bird, and they're birds.
That bird can be walking down the street, and I wouldn't.
You just be like, that's
I wouldn't
a
know
bird.
a thing. Sorry to this bird.
Just disrespected that bird.
It's a whole family.
All right. Well, Australia's on fire. It sucks. I feel like everyone's like donating money, and I'm just over here, just like.
Did you hear about that girl who's sending out nudes to?
Hell yeah.
I don't know her name or anything. I didn't look up anything.
She's just the nude.
Do you just not hear about the things that we hear about?
Apparently,
and vice
not.
versa.
Right.
It's this girl who was like, for everyone who donated like $10, she sent them a nude picture, and she raised like $1 million.
Oh my gosh.
It
Wow.
was crazy.
No.
Yeah. And then she was eventually just like, all right, I don't have any more pictures. Like, you've seen every part of me.
Damn.
Oh, but yeah.
Good at raising money.
Australia's going to have to become the new Dubai.
Why?
Right.
It's burning down. Like, they're going to have to rebuild everything or whatever.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it now.
Restart from
I was going to say,
new.
Dubai's like, weren't they like...
They're doing okay.
They're really good. Yeah, they're doing really good.
Well, basically, it started from nothing, just sand, and now they're like this big old metropolis.
Yeah.
Now, with no trees down in Australia, the ozone layer is screwed. No, just kidding.
But it was already like mostly desert, like anyway.
Yeah.
Like it's the part that's like had like trees and stuff is like now not there. So they're, I mean, yeah.
Is the Opera House still there? Opera?
The Opera House, the Sydney Opera House.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there.
That's like on the ocean. That's not
Yeah.
I dare to touch me water.
No. It's sad. You want to talk about the C word?
Sorry, Australia, we don't have much to say. Sucks.
Why did you want to talk about the C word?
Because I'm very baffled at why it's so acceptable in England, and like it's a whole different story in the U.S.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because I was talking to Erin about this before we started recording. I was like, in England, people drop the C word like nobody's business. Mm-hmm. Like it's basically a compliment.
They're like calling their mother the C word.
It's basically a compliment to them. And over here, it's just like the worst insult ever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it is what it is. If someone calls you a pussy, you're a pussy. Oh, wow. What, is that the worst you can be?
Yeah, I think that is. It's like the British equivalent of like calling someone a pussy or like a bitch. Really? Yeah. Yeah, but like here, it's just like, you called me.
Right, how dare
you?
Like, I feel... I don't know.
Like, that's like a fighting word over here. Like if someone were to call me the C word, I would probably
you about to young
be
jock
like,
they ask because it's going down.
Yeah, I would probably feel like I had to fight them.
I've never used that word. I've never...
oh, I love it.
I didn't even know what that word was when I first heard it. I was like, what the fuck did you just call it? Like, what is that?
I love that word. I use it all the time.
My aunt, I remember I was hanging out with her one summer, and we pulled up to the grocery store, and she just like, she saw this one girl walking out, and she's like, what are you looking at? and then called her that. Like, she didn't hear, like, the lady, she just said, we were still in the car waiting to get out, and she was like, what are you looking at? And said it. So I was just like, why did you just call her that? Like, do girls feel offended when they just get random looks?
When another girl calls you that, that's like bad. That's like not nice. Actually, I think it's worse when a guy calls a girl that.
Oh no.
I think that's a big no. Like a big no.
Have you ever seen Hostel Part 2?
No.
Mm-mm.
There's a scene in there where the guy does that, and she basically cuts off his dick.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No, I've never.
It's really not nice. It's really not a nice thing. So that was justified, I think.
Yeah. that girl was a boss. She got shit done.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like I don't know why it has so much more weight over here than like UK, where they just like toss it out, doesn't matter. They're calling like their little babies, the C word, I don't know.
I feel like everything over here, like nowadays, is more sensitive though. Everybody is a lot more sensitive.
It's like we're sensitive about like things that like. Okay, well, so we're sensitive about some things, but then other things that like we were sensitive about, we don't care about anymore. Yeah. And not necessarily like we as in us, but like society like in general. Mm-hmm. So like I don't know.
There was some frustration behind that pen drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't think that's that big of a deal for me. I don't know. Just thinking I'm a guy, so I'm just.
It's not in my vocabulary, so I don't really care. I don't care about it. It doesn't bother me.
I call like rude clients at work. I call them that to myself in private. I'm just like that was a C word.
Share your thoughts with us on your opinion about the C word at tepodcast118@gmail.com. Let us know what you think.
My favorite is calling someone a dumb C word.
Yeah,
you dumb C word.
Oh God. Well, that was episode 68. I feel like with everything that we discussed in this episode,
we're gonna end
everything after a certain point is just like, I don't know.
That's okay. It's all right.
We ended it on a high note.
Very anticlimactic.
C word. I'm just gonna start calling people C word. Like you C word.
Yeah.
And then they're like, what? C word?
You know what that is. It's not socially acceptable.
2020. That's my new thing.
That's your goal.
Everyone's a bunch of C words.
My goal is to eat all the Oreos that I can.
Oh. Are Oreos keto friendly?
No. But you know what's keto friendly that I figured out that I was like worried about? Mm-hmm. Eggnog.
Ooh.
Oh.
You
like eggnog?
I love eggnog.
Okay.
But only during the season.
Sure.
Like November, December are the only times I drink it. But
nice.
It's keto friendly. I love it.
Is alcohol keto friendly?
Depends on what kind. Beer is not keto friendly.
It's like carbs.
Liquor, yeah. Like
White Claw.
Yeah, White Claw's fine. White Claw's fine. I actually have White Claw.
Yeah.
Nasty.
I know it's
I
disgusting.
like the grapefruit White Claws.
I like the yeah, that's it. That's it. I like that one.
I tried it once and I was just like, nope.
It's okay.
I'll stick to my
own. It's not. I drink it like when I'm drunk and just keep the drunk going.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I drink it. But
okay, so tell us about your keto experience.
Oh goodness. Oh no.
So it's like no carbs, right?
Little to no carbs.
Okay.
There are good carbs. Like they say you shouldn't eat like bananas, apples, things that you would think like, they're so healthy, but apparently, too much of it is a bad thing, I guess. But little to no carbs. I haven't been eating bread. If I get like a burger from somewhere, if I eat a burger, I take the bun off. Like you've had people order like like, oh, can I have a big boy with no bun? Like they're probably, I don't know, either that or the gluten free or whatever. I don't know, but yeah, it's been 6 months. I've lost. Well, I was trying to lose weight, but at the same time, I wasn't like trying to lose like too much weight.
Yeah.
I went from like I think it was 185. Now I'm down to like 170.
Oh.
But I've been between like 165 and 170. I've been, especially like the holidays messed me up a little bit. So,
you said something
that
got my gears turning.
Oh.
You said something about gluten, and I'm just thinking like, you don't hear so much about that anymore right now. And now that keto is being played around, like, does keto have something to do with gluten?
Oh. I don't know.
No, I'm just kind of messing, kind of not. But I'm just like, here I am. I'm working at First Again, and one of my first customers within the first half year of working there is just like, I'm on this keto diet, but I haven't had anyone mention anything about being gluten having a gluten allergy.
I feel like if you have a gluten allergy, then you can't eat the bread at Frisch's.
Well, yeah, but I feel like I would have heard someone say no bun or no dinner roll or something,
Yeah.
But I haven't heard anything about that. But I did have one person say that they would want to eat eggs and bacon off the breakfast bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I literally eat eggs and bacon every day.
So I'm just thinking like the gluten allergy. I feel like that. You don't hear much about it anymore.
Well, because it was like a big fad, like for a while. It wasn't necessarily
so now
like people were like allergic to it.
So now it makes me question, like, was it a real allergy?
People do. Celiac disease is a real thing.
Because I've heard people say like gluten allergy is all in your head.
No, for most people, I think it is because they're like, oh, I'm gluten sensitive. It's just like, well, are you though? But like, if you have been like diagnosed with like celiac disease, that means your body cannot digest gluten.
Wow.
So that's important to know about yourself.
Is that common?
No.
Okay.
No. So that's why when everyone's just like, I have a gluten allergy, we're all just like, man, I don't think you do. Like, eat this roll. We'll prove it.
Okay, so go on. It's just something that made me question.
I don't know. Like, it's really hard to explain in detail without, like... Cam gets mad at me when I talk, because apparently I mention keto, like, every single day of our lives. I'm just like, oh, no,
but, like, it's food. Like, food is such a big part of our lives.
And it really is. So it's like, oh, no, I can't eat that.
Yeah.
Like, no pasta. So if you work at Olive Garden, feel bad for you.
Like when you like go to a restaurant, is it like hard to find stuff?
No. There's literally healthy options. Like, and it's so crazy too. Like, you don't really look for the healthy options until you're like, I have a restrictive diet. Yeah. So, but it's not even like, it doesn't have to be restrictive. Once your body is in ketosis, like, you don't have to, like, you're allowed to cheat. It won't affect you at all. Like, actually, when my body was in ketosis, like, I had, like, McDonald's, 2 days in a row. It didn't do anything. I actually lost more weight eating McDonald's.
Hey.
I ate McDonald's. I still, lost weight. I feel like I lost, too much weight at one point, though, because I just started to feel sick, too. I was, I felt kind of weak. But that's also because, a lot of food that you're not getting anymore, you're low on iron. You got to take, vitamins and stuff like that. I don't know. I can't really explain keto, I don't know, out loud. I don't know. It's it's all in my head. I know what I have to do for myself, for my body, but it might be different for somebody else.
Sure. Well, I feel like probably keto is not going to work for everyone.
Yeah.
Although,
I do feel like it will work for everybody. At first it's kind of discipline. You just got to discipline yourself. Yeah. Cut this out or eat less of that, Also, what also helps, I do intermittent fasting.
Oh, yeah.
So, I only eat between, for me, right now, is 2 and 8. But then I'll eat something because I work third shift, so I have to eat something, at night. But I only eat one thing, and I'm usually good,
Good.
But yeah, that definitely helps, too. And like I said if I lost 25 pounds, then I would start working out, too. And, add to it, because it all helps.
And like when you lose weight and you feel better about, you have like more energy and and then I feel like that's the good time to start working out is like when